Alright, so we on the topic of, well, right now we're doing random topics. Alright,
Hey, that's gonna start with this one here, right?
alright, we're starting here.
Right. So once again, another introduction, giving all praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem Yahushai,
Hashem
Barakakodash.
Double honors to the elders, the apostles, and great men, soon as surely do well. Salutation to Yakin that push this without the insincerity and truth. Right, these are some of the brothers from JMS Trinidad, as the brothers saying up over on the live stream, because the two cameras we're using. This is Brother Lamar,
Brother Yatazak,
Brother Howard.
Kwam.
right? So yeah, we are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, according to history, right? We are not the black Hebrew Israelites. We are not affiliated with any black identity extremist groups. All right, we here are, 2018, right? The year of prophecy, and true as the Apostle Tahasili said, we the men of Great Millstone believe sincerely that we are the true prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, have that 100% truth. So we just say on various topics, right? We don't have nothing, basically written down. We go through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? So anybody have precept?
yeah, this is, no, wrong scripture. Yes, now 1 second, give me a moment.
Read.
This is Isaiah 34:1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies."
Right. Why the indignation of the Most High Yahweh is upon all the earth or upon all the nations is because why? Somebody give me Revelation 18, right? Because all the nations of the earth have drunken of that wine that Babylon, which is America, have basically spewed. Alright? And because of this, Yahushai HaMashiach, the son of the living power Yahweh, will now come back in the fierceness and the wrath of his father, Yahweh. Alright? And guess what? Yahushua will now come back in them chariots of flaming in fire.
That's
going
right.
back into 2nd Ezra 13. Alright?
Are you ready, Revelation, is it?
18 and 3.
This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 3. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of a fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with earth, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies."
Yeah, right? Fornication, which is right, that spiritual adultery, because guess what? All these nations follow after the customs of the super white man, picking up their democracy, their teaching, their philosophies. Right? The scripture in Colossians 2:28 said we don't let anybody spoil you with the philosophies and the rudiments of the world. Right? Now the thing is with America teach that everybody's supposed to be one, and that you could do what you want, that Aleister Crowley doctrine. So all these other nations actually worship idols. You understand? And they into this oneness and this everything. Right? But the Most High ain't down for that. So the Most High say, hey, guess what? That he angry with these nations. Right? There's only one power that all nations supposed to worship. And that is Yahweh. Alright?
I'm happy, sir.
Yeah, well.
Right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 3. "And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him."
Right? So this goes back to the prophecy of Yahushai when he come back. Right? Somebody Revelation 1 and 7. Right? When Yahushai come back on clouds. Right? Or the chariots of fire, which the world call the UFOs or spaceships. Right? So that right? But we know what it is. The chariots are the Most High. Right? The angels are the ones that drive these vehicles, not aliens or little green men or the greys. Alright, not predators, not so-called aliens, but the angels are the Most High.
That's right.
Alright, that the Revelation.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7.
Give me Isaiah 64.
It says, Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Right, he cometh with clouds and every eye shall see him. Right? Now, what is the clouds? Right? Back in the ancient days, the Israelites were delivered. They came out of Israel and a cloud covered them. There was a cloud by day and a fire, a pillar of fire by night.
Done.
Right? Now, they would not know to call it spaceship or those kind of things. They call it they would have called it whirlwind. They would have called it a cloud. They call it a chariot of fire. Alright? So that is what they would call it. They would know these scientific names that the so-called white man placed upon them, or UFOs.
That's right.
Alright? They call it the clouds at the moon side. Right? Well,
It says, Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
right, and every eye shall see him. So that means he coming from above. Not like what these madmen from GOCC say that he coming up out of the sea. Alright? Just as the brother was saying earlier, is just the elements. Shemayim goes back to which pertain to the waters. Alright? Well,
Every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail.
right, all the nations of the earth shall wail. Alright? Because the Most High coming back to do that judgment. Yahushua coming back to do that judgment. Alright?
This is Isaiah chapter 64 and 1. It says, Oh, that thou wouldest rend the heavens.
Right. Oh, that thou wouldest rend the heavens. Meaning what? Coming from the clouds, coming from the sky, when and tear it. Scripture say he maketh the heavens like a curtain. Alright, so you went and tear it and you went and burst through. Right? Like what is shown on Independence Day, when the child came through, it like when it comes through the atmosphere, like it burst through. Right? You see that fire and everything, so it burst through coming down. Alright, go ahead.
Right? It says that thou wouldest come down, that the mountains might flow, and the mountains might flow down at thy presence.
Right. Mountain might flow down at thy presence. Well, going back to the elites, the rulers of the world, right? Their heart will melt for sorrow when they see this come. Alright? That is what will not happen in time. Right? And over here you had the second is just that the I don't know who said it.
Verse 3. Continue.
From verse 2.
Alright, second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 2. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned, right, when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Yeah, right. The heart failed, so they melt. Right? The people who hear the mountains, right? Mountains also goes back to rulership. Alright, it doesn't literally mean that the mountains itself will not melt, even though when the ICBM nuclear missiles we shot off some of these mountains, they might find again because of the power of the nuclear missiles. Alright, and the power of the moon side. Alright? Alright. That's something.
Read up on the Lord, the camera.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got something else? Yeah, I'm going to go back into the second mistress. Alright, good. Alright, but yo, go back into the second mistress.
Continue.
Yeah,
Verse 4, and it says, And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth feeleth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain.
Right, so what's going on here now in the whole aspect of this storyline here, when Yahushua come back, alright, these nations of the earth, this is going on in World War III. right? The nations of the earth will be fighting against each other until when Yahushai, the son of the Most High, come back. This is why they always push alien movies, where now they'll deceive people thinking that guess what, that alright, we'll be fighting against each other, but when the Son of Man come back, here what, we're gonna have to unite with each other to fight against the Son of the Living Power.
That's right.
Alright? So it says that the fire that come out of his mouth is when they let forth the laser beams, right, out of the chariots, right? They're gonna make us up. They showed it and in this movie here again, right? Just want to see if I put this up here, right? And Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. And I'll start at verse 19. It says, "He shall take holiness for an invincible shield. His severe wrath shall he sharpen for his sword. And the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad and from the clouds." Right? So here they call it clouds, and inside of this precept they call it what? A mountain. Right? "As from a well-drawn bow shall they fly to the mark, and hailstone full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the floods shall cruelly drown them." Alright? "Yea, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away." Right? So that is when the nuclear blast, right? I always bring Independence Day Part 1 as an example. When the laser beam hit, you hear that noise with the sparks and everything, which will charge the laser beam. When it let out that song, or the laser beam will make a song, and it will cause a blast similar to a nuclear missile, right? And ashes, everything, the debris will just scatter away everything, right? "Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty." Alright, and this was going to happen when the so-called white man with his deceivableness cause all the nations to come together to fight against Yahushua Mashiach. Alright?
This is Zephaniah, Zechariah chapter 5 and 1, starting from 1. It says, Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold a flying gold. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying gold. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits.
Right, so some chariots are different shapes. It has some like a disc, it has a wheel within a wheel. It has some like a cigarette shape. It even go back, because if you look it up, it has some way even shaped like pyramids. Alright, or triangles, whoever so you may want to call it. Right, but they have different shapes. I mean, the most size have got a diversity. Alright, you have different apples, whatever the case. So not all the chariots can be the same shape. Right, well.
Verse 3 says, Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Right, the curse that goeth over the face of the whole earth, because guess what? This is what when I'm punish the wicked, that all that do wickedly. Alright? It's a curse for the wicked, but a blessing unto the hopeful elect, because this is our means of of salvation, our means of transport. Alright? Yeah, kind of as it rightfully said, our deliverance. So for those who practice in righteousness, is not a curse to them, but it's a curse to the so-called white man, because he's swearing falsely, he's breaking all the laws, statutes, and commandments. He's the one going to usher in the mark of the beast, right? He is the Antichrist, the so-called white man. He's adverse to everything that is righteous. He is the adversary. He's the physical manifestation of the spiritual being Satan. Alright? Or what we will call Satan. Alright? Yeah. This still?
Yeah, ready?
Yeah, no? Alright, good.
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah. It says, the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it.
right? Everyone that steal it, right? Like for this kidnapping, because in the sense of where we know was dwelling on the western coast of Africa, because we fled from them in the Roman persecution in 78. All right,
They had steal us from where we are from Israel
come,
and bring us on these ends.
come.
Right? So you see they that steal and also they that swear, that's speaking about the so-called white man. Because the white man has doing it when in the court system, they just say swear on the Bible.
Come.
You know?
Come. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 and 10. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Alright?
Can. Yeah, can he that did into captivity must go into captivity. Right? And the so-called white man led us into captivity. Right? It's evident. They led us into captivity and they killed our foreparents. They fed our children to a crocodile. You know? He that killed with a sword must be killed with a sword.
That's right.
It just even it's fair. You know, in the eyesight of the Most High. That is judgment, fair judgment.
Come.
Indignation.
Let's see the scripture. The scripture basically talk about especially touching an Israelite, right? Because the scriptures say after the glory of the Most High, let me read that Zechariah 2:7 more question. Right? After the glory hath he sent me amongst the nations, for he that spoiled you swallowed the apple of his eye, touched the apple of his eye.
And Zechariah.
Yeah.
Zechariah chapter 8.
God.
That way, we were Zechariah 2 and 7.
Start at 7.
We were Zechariah chapter 2 and 7.
Yeah.
Alright. This is Zechariah chapter 2, verse 7. Alright, can see that. It says, deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughters of Babylon.
Right, deliver thyself, O Zion. Zion goes back to the Hebrew Israelites, which we are, right? And the daughter of Babylon, if you could get that from the Psalms 1 to the who is it? God, right? The daughter of Babylon is Edomites. Why are they considered why are the so-called white man considered the daughter of Babylon? Because they take after the customs of the ancient Babylonians. The scripture said, so is the mother, so is the daughter. Alright? So guess what? And even if you go back into it, Esau had 2 Canaanite women. Alright? They are Hamitic. Right? Even though there's a different branch, because the Babylonians actually goes back to the Cushites, right? Which is also children of Ham. Right? But if you know go into you understand what I'm saying, right? They take after the customs of the ancient Babylonians. Alright? So they are considered the daughter of Babylon. In confusion. They serve every false god underneath heaven. That's confusion.
Yeah. This is Psalm 137 and 7. What's that 5? It says, if I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom,
Go ahead.
in the days of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Right, and that raise it don't mean to build. That raise it goes back to erase, means to destroy it. Right? The so-called white man does not like you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives. Even if, guess what? Even if a so-called white man treating you good right about now, hey, and let me say he probably a little lower than the elites. The reason why he treating you good is because he's still above you. But from the time you making it above him, you will not see how quick the stabbing you back.
Hey, the scripture said that seek to please the poor.
Can.
It's like, throw a little dog biscuit for a dog, you know what I mean? Good boy.
Can. The poor man desire to take the scrums off of the rich man's table. Alright? So that is the thing with the so-called white man. Alright? He does not love you people. From the time if he get the opportunity, he will murder you. Like what he did Abel. Because he is Cain in reincarnation. Alright, go ahead.
Sounds?
Yeah.
It says, verse 8. It says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed.
Daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. Right? The brother brought out the precept earlier in Isaiah 34. Right? When you're going down, it says, unto Idumea, his sword shall be bathed in Idumea. Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom. Right? The people of his curse forever. They are to be destroyed. So that you can say something.
Yeah, if I consider this too, Esau had to be destroyed because when you look at the abomination Esau has been doing, you understand? Like as the brother was showing us a video, well, what you call it when he having sex with the man?
Buck breaking.
Buck breaking, you understand?
Butt busting.
Or butt busting. You understand? Explain to them what the Edomites was doing so that they have all information about.
I can. Well, in that video, right, is also history. What they will do, like they'll take a strong black man, so they will basically stop the uprising of the so-called Negroes from taking over the we call it Babakasha Salah in mind.
Yeah, because the so-called white man, he will have sex.
That sounds just
Excuse
Babakasha.
He will actually have sex with the man, right? In open public. There was one of
You
them.
can.
You understand? In open public. And guess what? That man, his family might have been there too. You understand?
Like basically to break down the man's stature and our
Spirit.
his spirit, you know, because a strong man will do that too, you know, a mighty man. And but he used to just in front of your family, in front of your children, in front of your wife, you know, they used to have sex with them right in front of you.
So that the younger men will take note and the mothers go keep them in check. So now they're going to be one of the have no uprising against the devil.
And like that's to show how vile, how sick Esau is like.
Yeah. Because the Messiah, he also say, ye of your father, the devil. He was a murderer from the beginning. And who was the murderer from the beginning? Cain. Cain killed his brother Abel, and the Lord put a mark upon him, which is leprosy. Alright, that's why he does look white, but he's not white, he's really red.
It's all type of ways you can fucking break down a man mentally. Right? You go want to fucking.
That come out.
You go want to fuck a man that's still, you know? Like that's Esau just disgusting. Like that's disgusting. Plain out.
Brother, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, shalom. That's just disgusting. You know?
Yeah. So as the brother was saying, they need to be destroyed. You understand? They are pushing the influence upon the youth. You understand? With this whole homosexual and having sex with animals and children. You understand? And poisoning everything.
God.
Every single thing. Esau might not song. So as the brother break down the scripture, showing you the wickedness of this place. You understand? Really and truly, this man, he is the devil and he deceiving you people. Alright? He deceiving you with idolatry, to making you worship stones and all and sticks and all sort of false
And spaghetti.
You understand?
Spaghetti monster, you can imagine that. Man is, you understand? So it says, so like it,
Yeah.
it says, O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. Right, that is the Edomite. So, we over the Zechariah and I will read this precept here.
Right, this is Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 7. Right, to 8. It says, Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughters of Babylon.
Just save yourself. That dwell with the daughter of Babylon, they'll corrupt your mind. The scripture said, we call it unnotingness, we prove be righteous. That's why the Most High take us out quickly. Right? They'll speak about Yahushua really actually, but also unto the youth elect well.
Alright? Verse 8 it says, For thus saith Yahweh of hosts of armies, after the glory had he sent me unto the nation which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
Right, so this goes back to the Edomites and going back to the parable of Lazarus, which we are trying to explain to some Christian queens last night. Right, that's a parable of Israel being Lazarus and the rich man being the so-called Edomite, and it's plain as day who is the poor and who is the rich.
That's right.
Right, we are the poor, and the so-called the Edomites, the so-called white man, is rich. Right, so the scripture says that he that destroyed touched the apple of his eye. Right, that's that of the so-called white man. Because if you go back into Ezekiel 36. Right, after the so-called white man took us down, the enemy, right, which is our twin brother Esau, then the other nations licked our sword, right? So the Most High indignation is against these other nations. This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 4 and 5. And I heard a voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. These plagues are Isaiah nuclear missiles. And when Yahushua come back on that mountain, right, to burn up the whole place. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. So the Most High ain't sleeping. Psalms 119 says, Hey, that time for thee to awake, O Yahweh, right? Because of the enemies. Right? Revelation 18.
Revelation 17 and 17.
17, right? Revelation 17 to 17. For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
To fulfill his will. That will of the Most High. The scripture say, for the elect sake, the Most High will speed up time. Understand? For the elect sake also, you will not the Most High speed up. You miss far.
Because when you really check it, by the time you blink, it's morning. Even coming quick.
I mean, I like my little sleep.
I find as in, like sometimes you feel like when you close your eye and open it like you didn't sleep at all. Like, come like just close it and open it back.
You know, just yesterday was last Friday. Today Friday. Yeah.
There's Jeremiah chapter 51, starting at verse 6. It says, Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
A recompense.
Basically, a recompense is something where we owe in she. Something when she put up there and you go in that, you'll get it back.
Eye for eye.
Verse 7, it says, Babylon had a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all Salah. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, and that made all the earth drinking. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right?
Yeah, when you really watch it, the other nations who legalizing the gays and giving them faggots and them homosexuals and them gay rights, you understand? And this called it
LGBT something else.
HIV, let's call it. this bullshit, you know. The Lord will destroy, because what the scripture says, they have no soundness in their head. You
Man,
understand? The man, you fall in the so-called white. The so-called white man, you know how to be clean. You understand? You want to legalize gays. You understand? But what the scripture says, he deceive all the nations.
John, the drink of that wine, that iniquity, that fornication, you know.
Doctrines, madness.
You find it all right for your son to go on a long vacation. You send your son to do some college degree somewhere in some foreign country. And when he come back as a woman and he husband is some man who was some chauvinist.
Okay.
And they know the fuck going on there. And that is the thing they want to basically endorse, you know, to lift up these things.
On a pedestal.
Yeah. And that's the definition. Although we know that is, you know, bringing it on and the definition of recompense, right? It says here 14th century to redress so that from Middle French recompensa and directly from medieval Latin recompense to reward. Remunate, right? It says Latin again, recompense, balance out, literally weigh together, right? Right? It says re means again, compense figuratively, to hand, cause to hand, weigh, pay, to draw, right? Basically, to pay back, right? And I really most I see you can pay them back. It's payback time.
This is Isaiah 47 verse 5. It says, sit thou silent and get thee in darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Right, which Chaldeans go back to the Babylonians. For thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms, which is America. That is why you see America running into all kind of riffraff with different nations right about now. China, Russia being the biggest fear, right? Iran, Syria, right? And different nations according to the Bible, they're going to have African countries. Hey, they turn the UN and turn them back on America, right? Verse 6, I was wroth with my people, which are the children of Israel, right? I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy. Upon the ancients hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. That is it. But I would Donald Trump does be saying that he's saying that we shall make America a great again. You'll be a lady forever. Right? You always needing your bread. You always have your bread. But most time you don't take that bread out of your mouth, Donald Trump. Right? And all you blasted elites. And you see, you Rothschild family, the most of you have a shine your shagging and deal with all the I can't wait for that neighbor to see that recompense here.
Yeah, well,
The reward all they going and get, boy. You Rockefellers, Rothschild, and all you bank your family. Can't wait for the most high. Hey, you have a shame your shine by Shamaraka Kodash, Ratazar. If he's a part of that, hopefully, like, to squeeze the living daylight
That's
out
right.
of the throat, boy. Call it wicked.
Can.
Alright?
These local governments also,
Can.
you know,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Well, he had easy to us. It says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst lay these things to thy heart. Thou didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly. That is America, because all ain't been touched by war. All they touch everybody else with war. Going back into the book of Nahum chapter 1. Right? Nahum chapter 1 or verse 2, somewhere there where it says, who had not thy wickedness touched? All the wickedness touch everybody, all their philosophies, all their doctrines, all their guns, all their ammunitions. Look, just the other day, the school bombing, the school bus bombing, right in Yemen, which Saudi Arabia launched as an American warhead. Alright? It says, that says in thy heart, I am. Right? This is America. And none else besides me. Right? America is great. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, a motherfucking hour. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Right? Hey, we know that part of the wickedness, or they could go to the China South, see what they want, and nobody can come to all the shows, but China showing they not a fuck. You understand? It says, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside thee. Right? So that is the pride of the heart. Right? So
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting at verse 2. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as a woman as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Right, so we're only not going to escape that recompense on the new side. Right? Only not going to escape the Hashem and Shai that recompense. Right? Only take that only going to dwell forever, but the new side. Right? Only not going to escape that judgment. Only not, no matter how much only build anti-nuclear self-defense systems. The scripture said none of these will miss the mark. Alright, so America prepare to be destroyed, prepare to sit in the dust. That eagle will have the whole body will have be set on fire. Alright?
Cook the eagle, roast.
What?
Happy, so right?
The thing is we can't eat it.
Right? This is Joel 3 and 1. I think from 1. It says, for behold, in those days, and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Jehoshaphat goes back to the Hebrew word Yehoshaphat, which goes back to the Mosaic judgment. Right? The place of judgment is under the sun. Alright? So it's down here, these people are going to be judged. Prepare for your judgment. Alright, good.
It says, and will plead with them there for my people.
And Holy Mosai will not plead with all you. Right? It's Isaiah 66 verse 15. Right? It says Isaiah 66 verse about 15, 16. Just one. We find out what Charlie Mosai or I see in 65 66 16 so that, right? Isaiah 66 verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. Right? So that is how the Most High when I come to plead with you people in the Lord in the valley of Yehoshaphat. Right? Go ahead.
Right? It says, Yahweh Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
So who else fed that clothes, but who else fed that hat? Not the Negroes, Latinos, and the so-called white man who fed that hat. So the Most High coming to judge for our cause.
Yeah, the day prophecy, listen, doesn't happen yet. It's about to happen. Most High is telling you we are about to do for scattering his people.
Hey, and he said Israel. He said Israel, and that just to show with the Christians was telling us yesterday they used to call themselves Christians. The apostles would have never called themselves Christians. They were Israelites. Where this Christian thing coming from, that'd be something far-fetched or new to them. Alright? So the scripture says he coming to plead for Israel, not Christians. You never see say Christians there, or people converted to Christos. Right? That's just translation. Right? And Christos goes back to several percent how you take it. Even if that's anointed, the scripture say, many shall come saying that I the anointed, but we only know what Mashiach, Yahushua. Alright?
One of the, and remember in the ancient days, would say, and they rather speak pork than to speak Greek.
And I was thinking about that this morning after
No.
meditating the conversation that we had last time.
Right.
Peter probably didn't want to speak no blast. You can tell that the apostle Peter was speaking Hebrew. Right?
Verse 3 says, And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
Right, that goes back to these Africans, Tyrians, I don't. Right, we are not Africans, not because a horse, a sheep, a goat, or even a cockroach, black don't mean the same species. They have different characteristics. The characteristics go back to the spirit is life. We have a different life force or life form from the other nations. Alright? I think I'll tell you on
Night and more, it says, yea, and what have ye to do with me, the Tyrians, Zidon?
Right, Tyrians, I don't know, saying the Africans, right? It goes back to the children of Canaan, right? They are tribe in Canaan. Canaan had different sons, came from like the Hittites, the Jebusites, some of them kept the name Canaanites, Tyre, Zidon, they are all Canaanites, right? Gibeonites, right? Go ahead.
And all the coast of Palestine, will ye render me a recompense?
Right, which are also Hamitic, go ahead.
And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your head.
Yeah, because right now they just are going through real bullshit there in Africa. You understand? Tyrians, right?
Maybe the Chinese and them gave them loans that they can't pay off and taking the lands from them. You know?
It says, Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried them into your temple, my goodly pleasant thing. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their borders. Behold, I will raise them up.
Right, sir. Now, the reason why, because, they sold them unto the Grecians, which are the so-called white man, so they could move them far from the border. Because why? After Adam sinned, Most High took him out of the land of Israel, which is the fertile crescent of the Garden of Eden. And then all it ended up there. And that land was re-promised unto us. Alright? So that was always our border, but all they wanted back that land because all they inherited that land for a period. Or they was just warming the seed for us until we come back to establish righteousness on that land. That land never really actually belonged to the people. Right? It was promised unto our forefather Abraham. Right? So you sell us to the Grecians to remove us far from their thinking or they'll get back the land. I think it's going back into the book of Babylon to Timbuktu. All they was doing us the same thing until Alexander the Great saying give us back the land that Joshua the son of Nun, right, took from us. Alright? Fuck it, there's no all the land, it was beyond this. The whole earth was created for Israel, say, going back into 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 8 and 9, going down there. Right? This is in belong to all.
Just get a blight to walk around and like that for a specific time. Because your ass going to be totally off the earth.
And the scripture will say the Most High love all the creation. So that is to share. So the Most High consider all it because he gave all their time to rule. He gave all their time, they all the kingdom.
Yeah.
So they gain all the time to play. Right? But when that time reached for we, China Israel, to really take over, I said it. Play time done.
Because the scripture did say there shall no more Canaanites. Don't feel all the Edom behind it. You Canaanites get it. The scripture said no more you Canaanites shall be named in just no, let me see if I can get it. Just bear with me really quick.
Because he's son got blessing. He beg for a blessing.
You know what?
He beg.
With all the knowledge that you think he have, he clean forget what his father Isaac told him. Isaac told him, hey, your brother get a blessing and he will indeed be blessed. Right? It's not two ways about it. You going to be servant.
Okay.
You will not be a servant unto your brother Jacob. So like that, I know that went through one and come out through the next.
No, but you boy, that's not about that.
Yeah, so he sort of prepare himself for slavery. Because, hey, in a sense, they know they're going to slavery, they know they're going to captivity. But them trying to, hey, fulfill the time, right, by doing everything they had desire. To the will of the Most High. You understand? So that they just turning everything upside down, you know? Being anti-iron. You know, if they're trying to be like the Most High, but they say, hey, Most High is this. Yeah. You don't like this, hey, you go be like this. You know? You don't want to do this, hey, you go do this. You don't have tiger, you go make like that. You know?
You understand? Live.
Yeah, like that.
Basically the anti-God-like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the most style, for woman and man, you go make woman and woman, you go make man and man, you go be like, you know?
God. Nasty bitch.
So, a so-called white man is just anti, just disgusting,
And need to be removed.
and need to be,
June.
that's one of the reasons why the most style angry. The most style is pissed off.
Alright, in Malachi chapter, Salakia, Zechariah 14, verse 21. Yea, every pot in Jerusalem and in Judah shall be holiness unto Yahweh of hosts. Right? Yahweh Shai of hosts, and all they that sacrifice shall come and take of them and see therein. And in that day there shall be no more the Canaanite in the house of Yahweh of hosts. Right, so all you know when I'm dwelling with the children of Israel, all the African dirty, stinking, black, nasty ass, now when I'm dwelling with us, we and all the same people are nasty, all they stink.
Isaac put it separate, give each and give and send them from Jacob, or Abraham, right? So that Abraham, I give you as a chair, gives and it's just supposed to be separated as separate people.
A piece of land. Yeah?
Yeah,
It's in Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of my people, that ye be not partakers of our sins, and that he receive not of our plagues.
Yeah, because right, the second, this is wisdom of Solomon. This is the reason why Moses said that. Alright. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 and verse 11. I'll start at verse 10. It says, He pleased power and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners he was translated. Yea, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding. Right? Because wickedness could alter your understanding. Right? Or deceit beguile his soul, for the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest, and the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind. He being made perfect in a short time, fulfilled a long time, for his soul pleased the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yashai. Therefore hasted he to take him away from among the wicked. Right? So that is why the hopefully like when I hear that voice, Ka'an, come up here. You understand? Don't be partakers of them, unless they corrupt all. Right? Most time when I'm doing cleansing. Because trust me, if you're dealing in certain local cases and you're too long, as much as you trying to avoid being dirty, you're there too long, you will get dirty.
Yeah, like the like certain chemical or diseases, you know. If it is your hairline cracking your suit, you might be prone to the disease. You might be affected. So you have to be you have to be very careful living in this Babylonian system here. Because left, right, and center they're coming at you all trying to get you to walk a different path from walking the way of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
As Brother Marcus had said, desensitizing that it's true. Because it's it's a lot of people out here, right, that probably didn't like homosexuals at all. Right? Hey, up by me they didn't like homosexuals at all. But due to the fact that they play on the emotions of Jacob, there's human too. I mean, so you telling me if you have a son or a heart problem and the homosexual is the doctor is a homosexual and he's the best heart surgeon thing and he have what you call, you telling me you will have strong number, so I tell you what your child to them and that is something that's
Man, the most time, hey, you feel a righteous man, the most time, go and send that fucking doctor your way. You know? Deal with that.
And not just only an emotion, but they're trying to put certain things in food. They spray in the air with these chemtrails and things, trying to effeminate men. And we see men getting effeminate every day. You know? Men afraid to talk to the woman. You know? So this man doing a fantastic job.
it's probably one of the fantastic for. But we actually hears, because he's one of the 4 horsemen in the book of Revelation. Matter of fact, 2 are more and death and hell. God, that bitch. Super man. So, that's, hope it was edifying. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem and Shai Bashem Kadash. That we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Kadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of Radio National Duel. Salvation to the apostles that push this with sincerity and truth. Hey, 2018 is the year prophecy, the Most High living this year.
That's right.
Shalom, things hopefully left.
As we behind the
My God.
Shalom.